Barbados will have possession just before the halfway line in their half. This is number 12, Edwards. Edwards playing it across to
and the ball goes up, so Barbados will now have the possession.
And this is Edwards again, trying to go deep, looking to find Wilson. Ball goes into touch, or Guyana push out.
Wilson unable to get to that ball there, and so Guyana will have possession. We have some changes for the Guyana team again.
And this is Sanderson. Sanderson back to Fitco. Fitco across to Mauricio Fernandes. Fernandes tries to go through the center. Play broken down there by Brown again. Brown trying to weave her way past Fitco. This is Sanderson putting in a tackle. Brown again. Small rather. And she has been obstructed by Sanderson. And the referee awards Barbados a penalty corner.
Now, I'm not very sure about what that call was about. Was it because Sanderson did not allow the insufficient space before the free hit was taken?
No, in the referee's interpretation, she thinks that the tackle was very severe. And referees, the umpires today, have to protect the players. So if there's in the referee's estimation, a dangerous tackle, she can award a penalty corner once it's in your half. It's a Chevere again, with an excellent save from a good shot from Small from Barbados. This is King from Barbados, one of the most senior players in the Barbados team. Ball taken away there by Sanderson. This is Mauricio Fernandes to Fitco. Fitco tried to find Chung. Chung passes the ball across the Barbadian goal to Sanderson. Sanderson now to Mauricio Fernandes. Mauricio Fernandes tries to shoot. And Downs was in the way. And according to the umpire, she infringed in her circle. And she has awarded a penalty corner to Guyana. And a Barbadian player has been sent to the sideline by the official.
Initially, she had signaled to Small, but Small approached the umpire, and since she's changed it now.
So it's Edwards is the player sent off, given the green card. So Guyana now has a numerical advantage with the extra player on the court. Fitco seems to be the person who will be the flicker on this occasion. And Guyana needs to capitalize now that the Barbadians are a player short with this penalty corner.
So we have Fernandes stopping, Fitco there as flicker, and Sanderson also on the half circle.
And an excellent shot there by Fitco, just off the post. This is Fitco again, trying to go around the player, having another shot, going wider on the left-hand side of the goal this time. Guyana having 2 shots in goal from that set piece.
It looked like Shara King from Barbados was able to get a stick on that shot there from Fitco. That also came off the post. And Fitco recovered and was like a freight train running into the circle trying to get a second shot off. She was a bit wide of the goal, and now the Guyana team is poised for yet another attack.
And this is Fitco again, trying to find Culpepper this time. And Culpepper has been fouled in the penalty circle. And Guyana has been awarded another penalty corner. Barbadian still a player short. Player has still been suspended because of the green card. So Guyana will definitely need to capitalize on this play now.
Chung will insert while Sanderson will stop, and Fitco again as flicker.
And an excellent shot this time by Fitco to the left-hand side of the Barbadian goalkeeper. And Guyana now leads with 8 minutes 15 remaining in this half. Guyana now leads 1-0.
That's the first goal of the match, and it came 12 minutes in. So there are 8 minutes remaining in the first half, and the first goal has been scored.
And this is King pressing deep in the right-hand side of the Guyana defense, being crowded by 3 Guyanese defending players. And King trying to weave her way through, but the Guyanese players are very content in keeping her right in the corner there, running the clock down. Excellent work by the Guyanese.
3 players there smothering King in the corner, and she's unable to get the ball loose.
And now this is small for Barbados, just over the Guyana half, weaving, twisting her way, going around the Guyanese players. And she's been fouled in the process by Fitco. This is small again to King. King moving, taking her time, passes the ball back in deep into the Barbadian half. That is Edwards. Now this is small again. Small, trying to penetrate, and the left-hand side of the Guyana defense, she crosses the ball. The ball goes out of the pad of Shavir. Barbados earned themselves a long corner, and the Barbados used this opportunity to call for a timeout. A very fast-paced game so far, Nicholas.
Yes. So in relative to the male game, the female game is usually a bit slower, but this particular match has been pretty fast. Usually it picks up, but since from the very start of the match, you can see both teams not spending too long to figure out the opposition. They immediately started attacking. So yes, a pretty good match so far, and Guyana just one nose ahead with 1-0.
Yes, and hopefully the Guyanese will try to build on this 1-goal lead. When these two teams had met earlier in the pool matches, Guyana were victorious, so the Guyanese are a bit more confident, and they would like to come away with a victory here again tonight. But this is Barbados in the form of Edwards playing the ball across to the captain, Powder. Powder looking to find Wilson. Wilson trying to go deep. Play being broken up there by Woodroof. Woodroof can't get the ball away. This is Wilson, back to the captain, Powder. Powder tries to go across, finds Small. Sanderson is there. Excellent defense work by Sanderson, smothering the Barbados attack. Now Guyana has possession. This is Fitco. Plays it now to Shavir. Shavir to Woodroof. Woodroof back to Fitco. Fitco goes across back to Woodroof, and the ball goes into touch. Guyana about to make 2 substitutions. Corenza Fernandes and Marisha Fernandes about to come in. This is Barbados in the form of Powder, the captain. Passes the ball to Edwards. Edwards finding King. King losing possession to Fitco. Fitco deep in our own circle with the ball in the left-hand side of the circle. Try to go across our goal, which is a very dangerous thing to do. And the umpire would have blown for 2 balls on the court. So it will be an onside bully. And this is Small, winning possession. Back to Edwards. Edwards trying to find Wilson. Wilson, the nimble-feeted Barbadian player, twists and turns, gets past 2 Guyanese defenders. But well taken away by Sanderson. Excellent move by Sanderson. Sanderson still trying to come away with the ball, but this is Small and her. Sanderson losing possession. Small, no, penetrating deep into the left-hand side of the Guyana defense. Small, still with possession. 2 Guyanese players are there with her, and they're contented to keeping her in the corner there. They don't mind because the time is running down all the time. And as Small doesn't try to make an attempt to come out, they're not too worried. But then this is number 12, Edwards, trying to come away with the ball, and the play has been broken up, and the referee failing to give Guyana the possession, the advantage rule.
Gabriella was a bit disappointed there. She was on her way to the races.
And this is Edwards trying to find Wilson again. Ball going into touch. Edwards again, the right fullback for Barbados, going deep back to her captain, Powder, deep in the Barbadian half. Powder tried to go through the middle, blocked by Corenza Fernandes. Powder tries to find thing. Goes through to Corenza Fernandes. Penetrating deep. Crosses excellently. But Chauvet was too deep into the Barbadian goal area. Fernandes. Chauvet tries to shoot. Blocked by the Barbadian goalkeeper. But this is King coming away with it quickly for Barbados. King is being tackled there by Sanderson and Chauvet. An obstruction. And this is Corenza Fernandes trying to use the advantage rule. Much the crowd has been not too pleased with the officiating by the Canadian umpire, who's bent on not giving the Guyanese the advantage rule. This is Woodruff. Back to Mauricio Fernandes. Back to Woodruff. Woodruff goes deep off the board, finding Corenza Fernandes. Corenza Fernandes tries to find Chong. Chong breaks up the play with Edwards. But Edwards nevertheless wins the ball back. 3 minutes, 8 seconds. And this is Barbados. Easy with a chance here. And this is number 20 for Barbados, Prescott, scoring an easy goal. Guyanese lapsing in defense. And Prescott scoring an easy goal. Just under 3 minutes remaining, Nicholas.
So the game is all tied. It looks like Alyssa Javert was unable to get a boot to it, and it just trickled through between her legs and left Prescott open with the ball alone in front of the goal. So that is probably the easiest goal we've seen in this tournament, as Prescott was able to just take her time and push it into the Guyana goal.
Yes, Prescott was in the right place at the right time. Now this is Powder trying to get the ball out, moving very slow, and to Edwards. The ball goes now to Woodruff in defense for Guyana. Woodruff to Mauricio Fernandes. Fernandes to Chong. Chong back to Fernandes. Fernandes to Woodruff. Woodruff looking. There's not too much forward movement by the Guyanese forwards. The Barbadians are pressing deep and defending in their half. This is the shot by Corenza Fernandes off the pads of the Barbadian keeper. Now this is Small trying to weave her way through. Got past two. Passes the ball out now to Prescott again. Prescott has brought some life to this Barbadian attack since she came on the floor.
Absolutely. And with a little bit of luck, she's been able to tick the scoreboard over for the Barbados side.
Yes, and this is Fernandes to Woodruff. Woodruff tries to go across the Barbadian defense. Chantel Fernandes loses possession to a very powerful Edwards, who drives through the center of the Guyana defense and is being fouled by two Guyanese players. Barbados now will have the ball in the Guyana half, about 5 feet away from the penalty circle. But this is the Guyanese now winning possession in the form of Fitcow. And Fitcow has been fouled in the process. A dangerous play by the Barbadian number 8 Small, causing Guyana to be awarded a penalty corner. And the last penalty corner Guyana had, a goal was scored by Fitcow.
Marizana did well to attack the Barbados side, and with some sticks flying around, she was able to pick up the penalty corner. So here we have some of the usual suspects. The captain, Woodruff, at flicker. Fitcow also there. And it is Fitcow.
Yes, and
it looked like it came off the foot of one of the defenders.
Yes.
Now, it appears as though
it's a stroke. From my vantage point here, the Guyanese stick stopper stopped the ball. The ball was passed over to Fitcow, who had a clear shot on goal. Ball passed the right side of the Barbadian goalkeeper's pads and struck a defender, Powder, on her leg on the goal line. So it's a stroke. Powder, the captain, protesting, but the umpire will have none of it. And now it's a penalty being awarded to Guyana. Fitcow with a penalty, and she scores to the left-hand side of the Barbadian keeper. So Guyana now leads 2-1 with 11 seconds remaining on the clock.
Fitcow appeared to try to calmly placed the ball in the corner, the right corner, instead of going for a lot of power, and she was able to place it just on the inside of the goal post and score the second goal for Guyana.
So she has 2 goals, and that's the end of the first half. The crowd here supporting the local side is very happy. The Barbadian coaching staff not so happy, protesting. But the Guyanese have earned a well-earned lead going into the second half, and this will all go well for them. This will enhance their confidence going into the second half, and a very energetic and speedy first half. Like you said, this game was a bit more intense than some of the other ladies' games that we had seen early in the competition.
Yes, and the Barbados side, there are a few individuals on the Barbados side that are showing a lot of good stick work, a lot of good talent, good individual play, and they've kept this match in particular pretty exciting.
Yes, but what is the norm that we've been seeing in most of these matches, both on the men and women's side, is as the game goes into the last 5 minutes in each game, this is where the players begin to get tired, their legs begin to go, and this is where you see the better teams or the more fitter teams come through. So hopefully the Guyanese are a bit more nippy and fast on the ball. Hopefully if they can extend this lead early in the second half, and with the Barbadians who normally show that sense of fatigue and tire, later on in the game the Guyanese could capitalize and take this one home.
Absolutely, and the Guyana team, they would have a lot going for them. Recently, a tournament was held right here in the sports hall, and all of the Guyana players were able to participate at a tournament level on the same surface that we're playing on today. So the home court advantage, having the crowd on their side, knowing the playing conditions, knowing the area, that will all be positives for the Guyana side. Barbados, on the other hand, maybe they're accustomed to more open air conditions. They may have a little bit of trouble adjusting, although they've been here for a number of days. It won't be the same for the visitors as it is for the local team to participate in such a high-level tournament in the conditions that both teams have to play in. So
yes,
all of these things will be things that will affect both teams, and I would like to say that the Guyana team would have a little bit of an advantage in this particular match.
Well, definitely they have the home support with the local crowd supporting them, and let's see what happens in the second half. So we'll join you back in another 2 minutes when we're about to start the second half. Welcome back to the National Sports Hall. Live commentary, live streaming. Wherever you're listening to us around the world, good night to you, good afternoon, good morning. Guyana leading 2-1 against Barbados for the 6th and 7th place in the Pan Am Ladies Cup. Second half about to start. I'm joined here by Nicholas. Barbadians start the ball deep into their own half. This is Edwards trying to get the ball. This is Eastman. This is Mauricio. This is Fitco. Fitco to Woodroof. Woodroof to Mauricio Fernandes. Mauricio Fernandes over back to Woodroof. Guyanese contented in keeping possession. Barbados sitting back in their half, defending in a zone formation. This is an excellent attempt by Eastman. A good pass through the middle of the Barbados defense by Woodroof, the captain.
She was trying to make a deflection there so that the goal would count.
This is Mauricio Fernandes. Eastman has been throwing herself all around. Small was there to break up the play. This is Mauricio Fernandes to the captain Woodroof, deep into the Guyana half. Woodroof off the board, and Fernandes was a bit slow in reacting, and the ball goes into touch for a push out for Barbados. This is Edwards for Barbados. Edwards finds Wilson. Wilson tries to go past Fernandes. This is Eastman. Eastman finding Chantel Fernandes. The ball going off of Chantel Fernandes' stick onto Powders. Powders trying to find King, and the ball goes into touch for a Guyana push out.
I need to take my son outside to my mom.
So this is Eastman. Eastman finding Fitco. Fitco goes deep back to Mauricio Fernandes. Mauricio Fernandes over to Woodroof. Woodroof to Fernandes. Fernandes passing to Fitco. Barbados comes away now in the form of Small. Small trying to wiggle past two Guyanese. Well tackled by Eastman. This is Eastman penetrating the left side of the Barbadian defense. The ball goes into touch. Barbadians taking their time. Just under 3 minutes gone in this half. This is Powder, the captain, using the board. Ball goes off the stick of Mauricio Fernandes into touch. Powder. Back finding number 16, Mears. This is Woodroof losing possession to Wilson deep in the left-hand side of the Guyana defense. Wilson spears the ball back across the Small. Small pushes it into the D. Well defended there by Fitco. This is Mears forcing her way through. Ball has been raised by Mears and goes for a Guyana free push on the left-hand side of the Guyana, deep in the Guyana half. The left hand side just above the penalty circle. This is Woodroof finding Corenza Fernandes deep in the Barbadian half. This is Corenza Fernandes dribbling all across the goal for the Barbadian team and trying to put the ball onto the legs of King, who pushes the ball off the back line, and there's a long corner for Guyana. This is Fernandes to Woodroof. This is Powder breaking up the play. Woodroof wins it back, finds Sanderson. Sanderson deep into the right-hand side of the Barbadian defense. Heavily tackled there by number 8, Small. And Small causes the ball to touch her feet, and that resulted in a penalty corner for Guyana. Just under 5 minutes gone in this half. Guyana earning a valuable penalty corner. They're in the huddle right now. The ball will be inserted by Chung. Stick stopper, Mauricio Fernandes. first flicker, the captain, Woodroof. And then there's Finance. And it's back to Chung. And Chung tries a shot that goes into the right side netting of the Barbadian goal. Catch the Barbadians off guard there, but the shot was not well placed. This is Powder, the Barbadian captain, trying to go deep all the way across the Guyana side of the field, and the ball goes behind into touch for a Guyana push-in. This is Mauricio Finance going back all across to Woodroof, and the umpire now will be cautioning the Barbadian player, number 16, Mears. She has been sent to the sideline, given a green card, pushing on Corenza Finance in the Barbados D. And they will be onside bully because the player was sent off. It's an onside bully.
So Guyana currently playing with one player more than the Barbados side due to that card.
This is Powder, the Barbadian captain, trying to power her way past the two Guyanese defenders on her. She passes the ball deep, but Wilson could not have gotten any control, and the Barbadians are not happy at all with the calls by the umpire. This is Xavier trying to find Chung. Chung trying to use the board. Ball goes into touch behind the Barbadian goal. This is Powder for Barbados. Well intercepted by Mauricio Finance. She tries to cross the ball, but the ball went into the empty goal for the Barbados team, and that will be a push in for Barbados.
Now, for those viewing online and on television, those shots that are taken outside of the half circle do not count unless it is flicked on by a player inside the circle. So the goalkeeper there opting not to touch the ball, instead to allow the ball to go off the baseline, and it will be Barbados ball.
Yes, and we see Barbados now calling for a timeout. 7 minutes gone in this half so far. The scores has not changed from the halftime score, and it's Guyana 2, Barbados 1. Very intense match. The umpires really have to take control because tempers are seeming to be flaring between the Barbadian players and the Guyanese players. Nobody wants to go home tonight. But this is Wilson warming her way past two defenders. Excellent goalkeeping there by Xavier, earning Barbados a long corner. Wilson, a very dangerous player. This is Powder. Back to Mears. Mears tried to find Dongs. Dongs could not have controlled it, and in fact came off the stick of a Guyanese player, and it's a long corner for Barbados.
Ayana Wilson, one of those players on the Barbados side that has a lot of talent. She has done from some very good individual play in the first half, as well as she's showing her grip in this half as well.
Yes, and this is Barbados now will come away with this ball. This is Powder, the captain, trying to use the boards. This is won by Mauricio Finance, but this is Dongs. Powder, the captain, takes the ball back into her own half, tries to go cross court. The ball comes off the stick of Chantel Finance, raising, and it's an infringement just in the Guyana half of the court. So this is Powder, trying to go deep. Mauricio Finance through her legs, excellent little flick. This is Chantel Finance using the boards, and the ball is raised according to the umpire. So Barbados ball, Powder over to Cambridge. Cambridge tries to find Wilson. This is Dongs now, cutting across the Guyana circle, tries a reverse, flick, excellent goalkeeping with a stick by Xavier. Downs in the corner, tries to force the ball through, which she cannot do when the defender is so close. So it's an infringement against Barbados. This is Fernandes over to Woodroof. Woodroof back to Fernandes. Fernandes tries to go through the center, looking for Chantel Fernandes, but the ball goes into touch.
I've seen Chantel in a few matches before this tournament as well, and Chantel is usually a bit faster than she is during this tournament. I'm wondering if maybe she is nursing an injury of some sort.
Yes, she's definitely not herself. She's a much better player than she's been playing in this tournament so far. As we all know, she competes on the European circuit. She plays in England. And this is Marisha Fernandes trying to go deep in the right-hand side of the Barbados defense, and the ball going into touch. This is Powder now. Over to trying to find
Prescott.
Number 20, Prescott. This is Wilson again, weaving her way through two defenders. And an excellent shot there by Prescott, just going wide of the Guyana goal. And it's, in fact, it is deflected off a Guyana's player's stick. And it's a long corner for Barbados. Prescott again, back to Cambridge. Cambridge over to
Pounder.
Edwards.
Oh, it's Edwards.
And this is Cambridge again, broken up by Eastmont. Eastmont for Guyana tried to find Lorenzo Fernandes, and the ball was raised. This is Edwards finding Prescott. Prescott having a shot on goal, and Prescott was left alone there by Marisha Fernandes. Had a shot on goal, well defended by Xavier, the Guyana goalkeeper, resulted in a long corner for Barbados. And the Barbadians now call a timeout in the second half with 9 minutes 52 remaining on the clock. Guyana leads 2-1. We're now about to head into that danger part of the game, like I'm telling you about, in the last 5 minutes, where the fittest team will normally survive. So we'll see how the Barbadians hold up.
Yes, so even in this last play we just had there, Karenisa Fernandes was defending, and the ball just bobbled over her stick. She complained to the umpire, and it seems as though we're having a lot of these complaints. I'm wondering if at some point the umpires will, or maybe even the game, because there are only two umpires and there's a lot that's going on in the court at the same time. A lot of sports have considered, and they actually have implemented an extra umpire on the field. Football has 3, basketball recently implemented 3. Maybe it's time for hockey to consider having 3 umpires on the floor.
Well, I think the players are excessively complaining to the umpires, and at this point in time, as the players get tired, they will tend to be complaining a lot. But I think the umpires are doing a pretty good job in keeping the game under control. Now this is Edwards trying to find Brown. Brown plays the ball back, and Edwards failed to control, and this resulted in the Guyana long corner for Guyana. A couple of years ago, plays like that, when the ball goes off the back line by an accidental push by a player from the defending team, it used to be just a push out, a 16-yard push out. But now the teams are being penalized with a long corner. So this is Cambridge. Cambridge finding Edwards over on the right side of the defense. This is Small trying to weave her way through 3 Guyanese defenders. Woodroof winning the tackle in the process. Woodroof going deep to Fitcow. Fitcow back to Woodroof. And Guyana hasn't gained the penalty corner in this half so far.
Yes, I find that they're playing a bit back. They've increased the defense, but on the offensive side, they're not pressing as much.
Yes, definitely. This is Sanderson though, with an excellent steal, trying to go past Edwards, and the umpire call play back. I think the Guyanese are just contented in defending these 2 goals that they have, but yes. I think to be on the safe side, they'll need a third goal. This is Eastmont trying to go past Cambridge, but failed on that occasion.
There are quite a few errors on both sides, maybe coming into the second half after that timeout. Both sides are, as you said, becoming a bit complacent, and there are quite a few unforced errors that we're seeing. Recently, we saw Sanderson get a nice steal and was unable to dribble directly into the defender and lost the ball immediately. So yes, the match has slowed down a bit. But as you said, it is tough conditions out here in the Cliff Anderson Sports Hall, and surely both teams are feeling tired.
Yes, and this is where the fitter team would normally prevail. Players are getting tired. They're making unforced errors, like you said. And in the clear case with Sanderson, she had acres of space on both sides of the defender. But because she was tiring, she ran straight into Edward's stick. This is Ficou losing possession to Barbados. And this is Small trying a shot blocked by Ficou. And this is Brown for Barbados going back deep to her captain Powder. And she crashes the ball into the legs of Xavier. She's in some amount of pain. But this is Powder, very strong. Over to Edwards. Edwards finds Small. Small is being tackled there by Ficou. Ficou wins the infringement. Just over 6 minutes remaining. The crowd urging the Guyanese players on. This is Fernandes. Excellent cross pass to
Chantel.
Chantel loses possession to Edwards. And this is Wilson now trying to work her way out of your defense. Excellent tackle there by Chung. Excellent tackle by Chung. Guyana will have possession just outside the Barbadian circle.
We've noted a difference in the first half. In the first half, Guyana would have been pressing that player boxing the player into a corner. Now they're just content to do one-on-one defense.
Guyana again with another infringement. That's about 2 feet from the Barbadian circle. This is Marisha Fernandes to Chantel Fernandes. Chantel over to Ficou. Ficou twists, turns, go all the way back to Marisha Fernandes to Chantel Fernandes. Chantel Fernandes goes across goal, and Xavier as well as Chung unable to pick up the loose ball. You can see they're both tired, mouths open, breathing hard through their mouths. 5 minutes, 5 seconds remaining. This is the pressure time in this game. Any team that scores now will win this game. This is
Gabi unable to control that pass there, and she turns the ball over.
Small, attacking, going all the way, weaving her way through 2 Guyanese defenders and putting the ball into touch.
We've had a few good plays there by the Guyana side, but they're unable to get a shot off. In fact, it's been some time since either team has been able to get a quality shot off on goal.
And I think, if my recollection, but this is King coming away here for Barbados. And King has 2 defenders on her. She tries to come out from the right. 3 defenders now. She goes back to Edwards. Edwards finds Powder. Way across on the right-hand side. Powder has a shot which goes wide of the goal. I don't think any of the teams had a penalty corner in this half so far.
And the
quality of play is not so good, but the intensity of the game is still high. This is Chantel though, attacking. In with a challenge. Excellent goal by Chantel. Excellent goal by Chantel Fernandes. Just when the game was dying away, Chantel Fernandes injected some venom back into the Guyana offense. Excellent dribbling to her right, to the Barbadian defender's left, and scored a goal. And like we're saying, it's in the pressure time now. That was tiredness on behalf of the Barbadians. They never really even got a stick in on Chantel Fernandes' shot. Now this is King again. Tackled there by Woodruff. Woodruff goes deep to Chantel Fernandes again. She loses possession to Small. Small twisting, turning, coming all the way down. Tackled again by Chantel Fernandes. Just over 3 minutes remaining. And this is tiredness again by the Barbadian. A wild pass there. This is Edwards now. Has Culpepper bothering her from Guyana. Culpepper busy and bothering Edwards. Edwards can't come out. The Guyanese should be contented to let Edwards stay right there in the corner there and burn the clock down. And this is Culpepper keeping her in the corner. Edwards don't know what to do to come out. She rams the ball against Culpepper, and this resulted in a penalty corner for Guyana. Good pressure by Guyana, Nicholas.
You can see some frustration there by the Barbados player. Every time she was trying to get the ball out, Culpepper would put her stick into the way and stop her from getting out. Always giving her another option, the two Guyana players. So there you see some frustration, and Guyana able to come out on top. This is the first penalty corner we're going to be having in this second half, and Guyana's leading 3-1.
Yes, and if Guyana could convert here, this will seal the game for them because it's 2 minutes, just over 2 minutes remaining. And this is Chung with a shot, well saved by King, a very weak shot. King was able to save the shot with her stick. And this is King boxed off by two Guyanese players. The Guyanese now having the Barbadians in the corner, keeping them there deep in the Barbadian half. But this is King weaving her way out, and this is Wilson with a reverse flick just wide. Wilson with a reverse flick just wide of the Guyana goal.
Ayanna Wilson on that occasion, she's very upset with herself.
Yes.
She was alone with the goalkeeper because Barbados was able to have a lovely break there as Guyana was trying to press on the defense.
And this is Lorenzo Fernandez turning, ball being taken away there by Powder. But this is Sanderson with a little poke on, but she didn't get it. The goalkeeper made an excellent save. This is Woodroof deep in her half. Pass the ball off the board. Wilson stops it well. And this is Woodroof. Powder, the captain, must have used some profane language, and this upset the umpire, who gave her a yellow card, and I don't think she'll be returning for the rest of this game.
No, the yellow card, just to explain to our viewers, the green card means that you'll get 1 minute. The yellow card,
the umpire's discretion. It could go as long as 5 minutes.
Between 1 and 5 minutes. So there is 1 minute remaining in this match, so we can safely say that Pounder will not be coming back for the rest of this match.
And there's a lot of pushing and shoving going on out there right now. The Barbadians eager to get the ball back quickly. 39 seconds remaining.
The Guyana side with one extra player, one player more than the Barbados side with 4 players.
And this is Small taking her time. And the clock is running down. She plays the ball deep, stolen by Woodroof. But this is Dungs, a busy little player, coming back again and stealing the ball. And Dungs with a shot, well saved by Shabir, cleared by Marisha Fernandez. The ball goes all the way over to the Barbadian keeper, who tries to pass. Marinza, Fitco. This is Sanderson now coming away with the ball. Mears cannot tackle on the floor. And that's the end of the game. Guyana winning this match 3-1. Guyana now will earn a place to play Trinidad and Tobago for the 5th place tomorrow. And that game will be the first game tomorrow at 5 minutes to 12. But before this game is completed, Guyana has earned themselves a penalty corner, and they can only do themselves a good by extending the lead to 4 goals. Currently, they're sitting on 3 goals. They have a penalty corner. All the players are up.
Correct.
Stick stop to Marenzo, and she flicks up. This will be a stroke. That will be a stroke. That's a stroke. The Barbadian player is complaining that the ball hit her stick, but from her action, it looked as if it would have hit her foot. So Guyana will have gained the stroke, and this will be taken by the captain, and definitely this can increase Guyana's lead.
A good chance here, but Trisha Woodruff, she hasn't been having a very good tournament from the spot. She has had a few of her attempts saved by the goalkeeper, and I'm very sure she'd want to score one.
And she scores this time to the right-hand side of the Barbadian keeper, and Guyana now a sealed victory in the form of 4-1.
So that will now bring the match to an end, although the time had run out. The last short corner was allowed by the referee, and immediately Guyana able to get a penalty, and it was taken by Woodruff, the captain, who increases the lead to 4-1 against Barbados.
Yes, so well-deserved victory for Guyana, sending the spectators home on a happy note. And with that, we would like to say thanks for joining us today. Here is where we will end our broadcast.
Just before we go, I would just like to encourage viewers to come out tomorrow. As mentioned earlier, the first match will have this same Guyana team play against the Trinidad and Tobago team, and that will start at 5 minutes to 12. So come on down here just before lunch. Don't worry about food. We do have a food court down here, so you can come down, enjoy the match, and while you eat your lunch. The other match, the second match of the day tomorrow, which is the final day, will have a men's game. So they'll be playing for 5th and 6th place. Now the bronze match, the 3rd place match for girls, will be starting at 10 minutes after 4. I'm sorry, that's 2:45 or 2:45, and 10 minutes after 4 will be the bronze game for the men. We will continue our broadcast tomorrow as we go down, all the way down to the gold medal, and of course the team winning this tournament will be moving on to the World Cup. So we hope to see you again tomorrow as we continue our broadcast on this wonderful tournament that we're having here that will only do well for our hockey in Guyana, and we hope that you have a good night.